during one summer period, I think there might be another shot next to the Tiger. You've seen the Tiger moth. One summer period, the University Air Squadrons came to the airfield for their summer camp, bringing 9 each of 3 squadrons, so the 27 of these Tiger moths buzzing round, which was highly delightful if you were still interested in aircraft. And while we had to keep them maintained, we also got the chance of flights whenever they had been on service. And later, we did have the excitement. Next one. Oh, that was a shot of the Tiger. You can't see who it is by side of it. It is in fact me. And I think the next shot, yes, that shows you in the top right-hand side what happened to it 20 minutes after that first picture was taken. And apparently, the sergeant pilot had been in the sergeant's mess for 2 hours, doing possibly what he shouldn't have been doing, which was imbibing. And the farmer down the other side of the airfield rang up to say, one of your pilots has been chasing the sheep on the mountain and has hit a wall. And the Tiger rolled over and reposed on the side of the hill, and we went to guard it, and they came and took the engine out and said, burn the rest, it's no use, it's scrap. And that, I managed to find that bit of fabric before it was burnt, and that's the roundel, the red, white and blue, off the wing. Another ex-ATC cadet from 146, who'd gone into the Air Force 6 months before I did, finished up on the same airfield as an air traffic control assistant. And I was with him one day in the tower, and the voice came over the RT asking permission to land. I gave permission for the Spitfire to come in. Immediately ran to the window and fired off a red. This chap was coming in with his undercarriage up, and he managed to fire the red off, hold the engine, and just kept flying back into the air with the prop literally inches off the deck. And he came back to the tower afterwards and gave him 50 pence, which was lots of money in those days. It was a day's pay, and he was so delighted that it managed to help him not to bend it. And it turned out he was an American pilot on attachment with the squadron. Well, my 2 years engagement was extended to 2.5 years because of the Berlin airlift, which again you may well have read, but they just did a blanket cancellation of demob. Everybody had to stay. So although we didn't see any aircraft, transport aircraft, it was all fighter command that we still had to pay. Now, when I returned to the squadron in 60, I think we got a shot in Chipmunk. Oh no, that was when we moved into the modern era, because the jet Vampire squadron came onto our field, and we were able to learn a little bit about the jet engines. Next one, please. And that's the Chipmunk. Who's flown in the Chipmunk? Somebody must have done. Oh, somebody at the back. You must be as old as me. Well, in 1960, the squadron used to go to Harriet Woodvale for air experience, and occasionally, when the opportunity arose, they would let the staff have a trip in the Chippy, and I was fortunate to have a trip in the Chipmunk over the River Mersey, and it was a great excitement to fly alongside over the water, waving to the guys up on top of the tanker. So we were pretty low, and of course they're pretty high, leaning over the side, waving to us like this. Very good fun. Now, the next shot I think might well be, oh yes, my long service award that I managed to get from the Air Ministry, and also the next one I think is my leaving certificate. I've still kept these souvenirs, and I was able to show them to you there. Now, next one please. Now, the squadron that I was with was 20 Squadron. It so happened they were serving in Germany, and I bought an aircraft illustrator one day to find a letter from the adjutant of the 20 Squadron asking for any ex-members with photographs, would he help, because he was going to build a history of the squadron right from the formation in 1915. And of course I corresponded with him for one time, and eventually the history was finished, and I have that with about 5 of my photographs in it. Now, the squadron was formed in 15, celebrated its 90th birthday in 2005. At this time, the Harrier aircraft was on strength, and they invited all ex-members to go to the airfield at RAF Wittering and enjoy the 90th birthday. Well, the CO there organised a cracking air display for the benefit of the old boys, and I'll leave you to imagine what it was like with a couple of shots of the day next one, please. There's the Harrier as it stands, and the next one is 4 of them that have been doing aerobatics for us, formation flying, and it was a glorious day. I don't know who the Air Ministry picked up the bill for the fuel, but I'm glad that I wasn't involved in it, because it must have cost a few dollars. Now, one of the pilots, Squadron Leader Warnley, was an artist, and he had painted a fine shot of a Harrier flying swiftly over the Burley Estates, which is adjacent to RAF Wittering. And he donated a copy of this painting to the squadron to be raffled on the open day. And of course, they came round selling these tickets, and we were sitting having lunch in the crew room. He said, yes, I'll have a ticket. So I bought this ticket. Do you know what the number of the ticket was?
146.
146. Somebody's been telling tales. And I said to the guy who sold it, you've sold me the winner. And he said, ha ha ha. 2 days later, I had a phone call. Are you Richard Cross? Yes. Did you buy ticket number 146? I said, yes. He said, you've got a picture of a Harrier. And I have it now. If any of you come to my house, you'll see it proudly displayed in the hall. It's about this size. Luckily, I've got a wall to put it on, and it's a great delight that I have this picture. Now, I trust you look back on your years with 146 and the service as I have done, and you'll enjoy the memories as I have done also. I hope you've found my little dialogue interesting, and if you have any questions, fire away. Deadly silence. Perhaps you'll think, good man.
Which entry were you in?
Which?
Entry.
They didn't have entries then.
Okay.
we have an entry system. We take 2 entries of cadets in a year, but I believe you were a while before then.
Long before that system was in operation. You simply, in those days, if you were interested, you reached the age of 14 years, 3 months, then you could come aboard. And 1 or 2 of us were so keen that we started at 13, but had to wait without uniform until such time as we could. I witnessed this, looking at my sleeves. 27. Winning number is 27. 27.
I've got something for you, sir. Just we've got a squadron note.
Oh my goodness gracious.
A squadron pin badge as well.
Well, they don't have to like that.
I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's been great again. Mr. Cross said the same for his time as a cadet, so you can all take something away from that. Mr. Cross has got a lot of more information on the planes and stuff that you've seen on here. So if anyone's interested during break, we'll be hanging around if you do want any more info for any of you that are a bit more.